and welcome to lesson 114 on unit multipliers, which is the exact same thing as a conversion factor, which I have been trying to teach you all year long. So hopefully this lesson will not be nearly as difficult as it would have been if you were just learning about it now. So a conversion factor, or a unit multiplier, is a fraction that equals 1, and it is written with two different units of measure. So 1 foot equals 12 inches. Therefore, 1 foot over 12 inches is the same thing as 1, because this is the same thing as this. Just like if I had 4 over 4, that would equal 1. 1 foot over 12 inches equals 1. The labels are what make it that way. I can switch the order. It can be 12 inches over 1 foot. That is still a conversion factor. It still equals 1. 3 feet over a yard, or a yard over 3 feet, because they equal each other. Okay? So to convert, here are the steps. I wrote them out. I split them up into very small steps, which are the way that I always explain it to you when you go through. If you follow these steps, you will never get them wrong. First, write what you know, whatever part they gave you first. Put it over 1, which makes it into a fraction. Multiply, so you're going to do a multiply sign by a fraction. Draw a fraction bar. Write the label to cancel on the bottom. The label that was up top, you're going to write on bottom. Write the label you desire on top. Fill in your unit multiplier or your conversion factor. Simplify if possible, and then multiply across and divide down if needed. Here's the written example. So say you got 30 yards equals how many feet? I'm going to take 30 yards and write that right here. Then I'm going to put it over 1. Then I'm going to multiply by a fraction. Then I'm going to put the label that I want to cancel on the bottom to match this label. Then I'm going to put the label I want on top. Then I'm going to write in a conversion factor or a unit multiplier that connects these two labels. So how many feet are in a yard? 3 feet are in 1 yard. Then I multiply across. 30. Well, first I look to see if anything crosses, then only my yards will cross. Then I have 30 times 3 is 90. They're going to be over 1, which means nothing. So my answer is 30 yards equals 90 feet. Page 2, here's our practice problems. All right, what about 30 feet equals how many yards? First step, write what I know. Second step, put it over 1. Multiply by a fraction. Put the feet on the bottom so they'll cancel, and the yards on the top, because that's what I want. What's the relationship between yards and feet? There's 3 feet in 1 yard. Make sure that you match up the numbers with the right label. Look to see if anything will cancel. 3 goes into 3 once. 3 goes into 30 10 times. Multiply across. My feet canceled, so all that's left is 10 yards. Isn't this easy? All right, next one. Yards and feet again. I want you to try this one on your own. C. 12 gallons equals how many quarts? Start with what I know. Same steps. 12 gallons. Put it over 1. Multiply by a fraction. Put the label I want to cancel on bottom. Put the label I want on top. Gallons are going to cancel. What's the relationship between quarts and gallons? There's 4 quarts in 1 gallon. Now I look to see if anything will simplify. It won't. So then I do 12 times 4, which is 48. So my answer is 48 quarts. All right, here's another one with quarts and gallons. Go ahead and do that one yourself. And here is our last example we're going to do together. So this time I've got 30 meters equals how many centimeters? Now we've done these other ways. Right now you're practicing using a unit multiplier. Okay, that's what you're practicing. So you have to do it with a unit multiplier. If you just did it the way that you wanted to do it, then you need to go back and show me that you are doing it this way, where you're canceling off the things. Again, it's setting you up for success in the future. So we've got 30 meters, put it over 1, multiply times another fraction, meters on the bottom, centimeters on the top. There are how many centimeters in a meter? 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Look to see if anything will cancel. It doesn't, so 30 times 100 is 3,000. So my answer is 3,000 centimeters. Go ahead and try that last one on your own. Go ahead and get to work.